You innocent. You don't attack the man you think snitched. It wasn't even Bobby who told me that. It was Timo's own words who say. And Timo is on really good terms with the gang. Because the day that Aziz died, 2.5 hours before Aziz died, Little Tuggz went to the prison with 2 masked individuals.
One of them was Suarez.
Wait, what?
Suarez.
One of them was Suarez. Bobby told me that he saw Little Tuggz and Suarez up at the prison introducing contraband into it.
Brother, this guy got Aziz killed. You just made him at him.
Okay, sorry. So I just ask Pigeon, you know, I say to him, let me ask you something. That day, 2 hours before, when Senor Tuggz went into the penitentiary, did you go eat him? Were you one of the 2 individuals? You telling me for certain that Suarez was there?
I'm not telling you for certain. I'm telling you from certainty that Bobby told me that Little Tuggz and Suarez were up there.
There was 3 individuals.
He didn't say anything about a third. He just said those 2 for sure were confirmed.
And how long before the body was dropped? 2 hours, you said, before it was dropped?
3.5 hours before, Andrew Fisher led Little Tuggz and 2 masked individuals at gunpoint into the penitentiary.
He was at gunpoint.
As they were Andrew Fisher, a dock worker.
Yeah, okay.
As they were walking into the penitentiary, Timo, who is also a dock worker, showed up and joined the guys with the gun.
So
Timo and the 3 guys with the guns, one of which is Tuggz, were led into the prison that day. And I believe the secret to cracking this case is to know when and where Pigeon was. And our other lead is Stanley Miller. Because Stanley Miller said with his own mouth, sorry, I think he can fly.
Yep.
And the very next day, he come in with Pigeon to the PD.
The phone records would give us...
If we can map out the timeline of where Pigeon was that day that Aziz died, we will crack the case.
So with the phone subpoena, right?
The first thing to do is to do the subpoena.
Yeah, I mean, I recommend doing Pigeon first. Maybe that gives you the PC for Tuggz to open his as well too, right?
Well, I'm going to tell you right now, we're going to subpoena Suarez's records as well, because he just got a hut charge for harboring a fugitive. So we're easily going to get his phone records for the last 3 days. And if he has had contact with any of the terrorists, we're going to open the scope up for a week, starting with the council meeting. So we'll have it from the council meeting to the present.
Well, so Suarez was in contact with Mr. Kebun, Vinny, Ramee, and Daquan, and I think as you called, Anzolo. I mean, we have those subpoenas available if you want to see them.
Okay, well then, yeah, if you can give me access to those, that'll make my job getting Suarez's a lot easier because...
Actually, if you go to report 6... Sorry, before we, sidetrack here. Go to 6929 on Dakota. It's all in there. All of it. And it should be all modified and complete.
The apprehension dossier?
Yeah. You should have them.
Okay. Why do I request access to these?
Yep.
Okay.
The question I have is, we know Little Tuggz went into the penitentiary that day when Aziz died. But when we swept the penitentiary and there was a shootout, I don't think any officer reported that Tuggz was in there.
For the big shootout?
There was a big shootout the day that
he
Aziz
was
died.
Definitely not. He was not found in there at all. It was the 6 people.
Was Suarez in there?
He was not identified as being someone in there. No.
Was Pigeon in there?
No, not as far as I'm aware.
I wonder. Imagine if Pigeon's phone records say we're coming to Bolingbroke right now, like that right there.
I'm telling you, yeah.
If any of those phone records overlap within the time period that you believe Aziz was thrown from that airplane, and they called any of those suspects that are inside of there, or there's any written text communication that we could lead us to believe that they knew that Aziz was being thrown in there, that is massive.
So they like, the question is, 3 people going in, one of which is Tuggz. What did they do? Did they hand over weapons? Did they take orders? Did they give orders?
We'll have to ask. I mean, if Bobby will still talk to us, I
Now,
could
Bobby
try
is
and Carmine.
literally being hunted right now, and he's asking
Yes.
for witness protection because word has gotten out. They think Pigeon thinks that Bobby told me or told Slack.
How would they
excuse
know
me.
that?
They look through Slack's SIM card.
Stay.
I don't know. The mask, saying. But if Pigeon is telling me that Bobby is telling Slacks, and now we're going to subpoena his phone record. He told me we subpoena in his phone record. I said, Senor, you know that? I didn't know that. I said, but you better be damn sure I am going to subpoena them now. There is something else I wanted to bring up, and you tell me if I'm being too paranoid, guys. Today we're doing the raid. We were several steps behind. I don't think anything conclusive was found in the raid. And it seems as though they knew it was going to happen.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that she was aiding and abetting them today, and then we went through her shit and it was all cleaned out.
Is it possible that we have a mole inside leaking these informations?
No, it's more likely they have another clean person or multiple. And if they... So think about it from their point of view, right? They have 6 people who literally can't be out and about because we're just going to swoop in on them and arrest them immediately. That means that they need to rotate in people to do all their dirty work for them. We already have it coordinated that Ellie has been giving out firearms to them. We already know...
But he's saying she was in our custody. How was...
No, I'm saying before this. Probably yesterday, the day before. Who the fuck knows?
Do you think they cleaned it up before?
I would if I was them and I wanted to not get caught for other shit.
That was my answer.
That
as soon as they knew they're going to be looking at this kind of shit, they probably said empty everything out.
If I knew I was about to catch a hut charge for harboring a fugitive, I'd have my fucking properties completely naked and empty.
100%, because we get caught, we're going to get raided.
That's exactly what happened. She's catching 2 hut charges, and so is Suarez now. They probably don't have jack shit
it's not
anywhere.
chip. This is peanut butter. The Celtics won! Oh, dude, bro. God, man. I wish I had such an easy way to
That is where I want to
Oh,
focus solely on the Aziz murder. Obviously, it's connected to the other things, so by proxy, we're also going to be focused on other things. But I want that to, if I have permission, to spend all my time on that one.
The Pigeon Tuggz. I'm doing Suarez, so you don't have to worry about Suarez. I got Suarez covered.
Okay.
Did we get Ellie's subpoena signed?
I think Riker and Maeve were working on that one.
Let me see. I see it. Okay. Oh, it got signed 3 hours ago. Okay. I'll ask him for the results. Coyote. And we'll check what Ellie and what Ellie had. Holy shit. Wait a second. Oh my god.
What?
¿Qué pasa?
Coyote, they requested her duration for a month and it got signed.
Sí. Riker told me that.
I'm gonna reach out to Maeve. I want to see what's inside here because this could give me a lot of information regarding our investigation, right?